Hey everyone, today we're talking about Genghis Khan controversy. Let me start with 10 reasons why Genghis Khan is a hero. First, he unified tribes that had long been at war. Before Genghis, the Mongol clans were fractured, constantly at war. He unified them under a common identity, common purpose. It ended centuries of strife and division in the region. Two, he promoted meritocracy over nobility. He promoted people based on their talent, their loyalty, not their birthright. This was different than many other cultures in the Middle Ages. It was an early example of merit-based leadership, rare for the time. 3. Religious tolerance. Genghis allowed freedom of religion for the most part throughout his empire. Buddhists, Muslims, Christians, and others coexisted without state persecution. 4th, he established the largest land empire in history. His conquest connected Asia and Europe, making the Mongol Empire the largest continuous empire. 5, he encouraged trade and the Silk Road. Under Mongol rule, the Silk Road thrived. Trade, ideas, technology flowed more freely between East and West. 6, legal reform, the Yasa Code, for example. He introduced a set of laws to bring consistency and justice across his empire, often protecting the poor from. 7, a postal and communication network. The YAM system, as it was called, a relay-based communication system, helped with efficient governance and inspired future systems like the Pony Express, the United States Postal Service, and others. 8, promoting literacy and administration. He brought scholars, translators, administrators from many cultures to run his empire effectively. 9, he rebuilt and resettled destroyed cities. Contrary to his image as a destroyer, he sometimes rebuilt cities, encouraged agriculture, and moved populations to more productive areas. And 10, a legacy of unity. He laid the groundwork for the later Pax Mongolica, an era of relative peace and cultural exchange across much of Asia. Now, here are 10 reasons why Genghis Khan is a villain. 1, mass slaughter. He ordered the mass killings of civilians in cities that resisted him. Some people say as many as 40 million have died in his campaigns. 2, he destroyed entire civilizations. Some cities were completely wiped out. Cultures, libraries, and histories were lost forever because of Genghis Khan. 3, terror was his strategy. His armies used psychological warfare, spreading fear to prompt surrender. Survivors were often mutilated or enslaved. 4, no respect for borders. His campaigns ignored sovereignty, wiped out other states, other kingdoms indiscriminately in the pursuit of expansion, and that included China. Widespread destruction of infrastructure. In certain places like Baghdad, he decimated the irrigation systems, the economies, and some of that was never recovered. 6, enslavement of millions. Captured people were often enslaved or forced to fight in the army or were used as human shields. 7, brutal treatment of prisoners. Prisoners of war and even civilians were tortured or executed in horrific ways, buried alive, burned alive, beheaded. 8, extinction of dynasties. Entire royal families and dynasties were eliminated. Women and children were not spared either in this conquest. 9, a legacy of war and division. After his death, his successors continued brutal campaigns that destabilized entire regions, including Russia, Persia, parts of Europe, and into China. 10, population collapse. Genetic studies and historical data suggest that Mongol invasions caused massive population declines. Some cities lost over 90% of their inhabitants. Now, if you're not convinced one way or the other, let's look at some primary sources. Supporting Genghis Khan as a hero. Genghis Khan himself said, "By the will of eternal heaven, all the peoples of the steppe have been brought together into one yurt." He certainly thought that he was a unifier. From a historian who wrote under Mongol rule, Juveni, he, Genghis Khan, was a man of great influence and insight, a lover of just government, and though the world was full of confusion, he brought peace. From one of the Pope's missionaries that was sent to the Mongols, the man named Friar Giovanni, he said, "They greatly honor men who are wise and skilled in ruling, and they have excellent laws." 3 primary source quotes that show Genghis Khan as a villain. From that same historian, Juveni, They come, they sapped the walls, they burned the palaces, they cruelly slaughtered. The screams of dying filled the air. From Persian historian Rashid al-Din, they made the ground crimson with blood and the sky black with smoke. None remained but the dead. From Kyriakos of Gaznak, this is an Armenian chronicler, they killed even babies in their cradles. We thought the devil himself had come in human form. There you have it, Genghis Khan and his mixed legacy. It's up to you to decide, is he a hero or a villain? Thanks for watching.